Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode something of Ace Attorney Rise from the Ashes. Last time, we had just finished up the trial, and we are moving in to day 3, investigation. Last time, we learned that Yana actually did forge evidence to that Joe Dart convicted. So yeah, February 24, 3:12 p.m. right into law offices. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. All your sister said was the truth. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Yeah, no, that's your own philosophy. It's not really like something you can apologize for, Emma. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings. Although you think you would have realized it after all the pieces were put together, right? It literally involved everybody in the case. It covered the same span of time. It's kind of really hard to see how that is how you didn't realize earlier the Joe Dart killings. So everyone's heard of these killings but me. Where was I? No, yeah, where was Phoenix? I have to assume that he wasn't that involved with anything. So I can see why he doesn't know, but maybe he should have been a little worried. Yana wanted Dart convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What happened to you? What do you mean what happened to you? Yeah. It's all there in the file. No it isn't. Joe Dart's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh yeah, we learned that one of the detectives was a victim. And it turns out it was... Yeah. Sorry, Dag. That explains why the other Marshall that we know cares so much about the case. Okay, Emma, but it doesn't really tell me what happened to you. You tell me. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? Yeah. Oh, shit. Do I have a picture of him or not? I should check. I do. He's so cool, Yeah, that's actually a really cool image to have. On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dart tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Shit. That's intense. Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dart trial. I didn't see that one coming. Yeah. Poor thing, like, having to deal with that. Yeah, Todd. It happened 2 years ago. It was right around this time of year, too. It's just like the DL6 incident, you know. It all comes about at the same time. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. Oh, and they both happened during, like, nature events. I was gonna say natural disasters, but yeah, a thunderstorm isn't really a natural disaster. My point is that they both had nature events happen at the same time. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man burst into the office. So dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. She pulled a knife and gleamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Thank you, Phoenix. I couldn't have figured that out. Joe started trying to take me hostage. But before she could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the light went out suddenly. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent image, a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Man, you and Edgeworth need to talk more. You guys both have like permanent mental images. You guys both had it happen during natural disasters. Like, guys, you guys need to be better friends. Like, Emma, I know you're a fan of his, but you're more of a surface level fan. Not really a confidant. A permanent image. So yeah, like, what did you see in the instant that time occurred? Joe Dart knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor Dale. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. Aw, she does care about you. When I came to, Yana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instance. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Yeah, no. We have Tony. Like, Tony testified for us, but she had no idea what she was even looking at. She didn't really witness the real murder either. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Yana wouldn't have to forge any. That is such a good backstory about why she wants to be a forensic investigator. I see. And I love the parallels. I don't know if the parallels between Edward and Emma are intentional, but I feel like a part of them has to be. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. Yeah, me too, bud. But there's still something that's bothering me about this time. After the incident, I don't remember the moment when Dart stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Yana. Why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Yana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edward used it. Edward? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know about any of it. Okay? He couldn't have known he was given false evidence. I bet he didn't, but yeah, even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edward, I mean. It's all my fault. Okay, no, it's not your fault. You were so disconnected from that part of the story. Listen, Mr. Edward was awful to me at my trials, too, okay? My trials were unrelated to yours, okay? He was a dick to me in mine, too. He made shit up during them, too. Even if the autopsy report was accurate, he still could have told me earlier. He decided to try to push my trial with Wright to another day just so he could make up more evidence. It isn't your fault. It's his. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edward really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Yana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially to Emma. Yeah. But what is something puzzling? I don't know. Let's find out. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Yana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. What? Joe Dart had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Yes. Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way to your sister's office? Well, because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Yeah, see, you seen it? Not that hard. Across from the elevator? But Yana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? Well, no, 2 years ago, she probably wasn't a prosecutor. No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Yana was a detective. Okay, I didn't see that coming. So I guess you could just go from detective to prosecutor if you worked hard enough? She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. Clients need to tell me their background sooner. After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Yana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Like everything? Well then okay, just have another talk with her. February 24, Detective Center, Visitor Room. Hello, I heard about your backstory now. Yana, Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Well, because what makes them criminals is because they play with foul. And that's kind of what makes them criminals. They break the law. You know, if you guys break the law, you are criminals. The only difference is that your crime is trying to tax other criminals. But Yana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Well, yeah, you're right, but Emma, you told me yourself Joe Dart was a criminal. So, like, you know that he's guilty. Yana knew he was guilty, so it seems like all the people paid what they deserved. Believe me, I understand the risk. Yana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Can you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change in jobs. I suppose you have a right to know, right? Get it? Right. I love that name puns. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Dan tracked together. Together? Okay. I didn't know they had that kind of relation. Chief Dan? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Dan. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the report could even be filed. Okay, that sounds kind of suspicious, but like, Emma, I don't know if you hate your sister at all. I think you, like, admire her to the nth degree. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now, you're a chief prosecutor. What happened? I only planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience in investigating crime scenes so you can use that experience in court, right? Dan's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Okay, let's see about today's trial, guys. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it wasn't really fair, was it? Well, I mean, it depends on what you mean by fair, right? If you mean fair as in everyone has a chance to win, no, we tried to rig the game so he would lose. But if you mean fair as in, like, even and balanced and everybody gets what they earned, it was kinda fair, like, a guilty man got executed, the victims got some justice. Yeah, it really depends on what fair is. I believed in you, Yana. Wait, no, it was like, I believed in you, Yana. I believed that no matter what happened, you would always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Yana. What the witness, Miss Shadar said about you stabbing Goodman with a knife. Please answer for her. Yana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Yana look so fade before. I mean, I've seen this face a couple times. But yeah. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dart. Second in command. That means that the investigation lead was Damon Dan, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Dan and I shared the same office and the same investigations. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, teamwork. I'm not sure you could do that in real life, but that's nice. They even had the same office? We had a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose patient was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Shadar. It was the first time Marshall worked with a brother. He was quite gung-ho. That's such a hard word to say, gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dart was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dart. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. First one at scene. Damon Dan and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dart that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dart must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Dan and Marshall let their guard down, then fled the room. Are the doors not locked? I'm sorry, I have a feeling that, the doors would probably, be locked, right? So, the criminal can't run away. Maybe they aren't locked. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by me and Deputy Chief Dance or something, I don't know. That's where he found me. So, you were the first person to run to the scene? Yama? It appears so. I was filling some papers. I was filing some patients. I was filing some papers while Dan and Marshall were collecting Dart. Oh, that's intense. What, did they fall on top of each other? Okay, wait a minute. Let me look at this. How did this work? Because, if I'm to assume that the body on top is Neil Marshall, then that means that the body on the bottom has to be the killer. But, how did that work? Did he hunt him and then stab him with the knife? And then they fell on top of each other? How? When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dart. During the struggle, it seemed Mr. Marshall struck the final blow before he died. Joe Dart had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I'm panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Aw, you look at her. Aw. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. See, Emma, she does love you. After that, I placed Dart under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Try the twin incident. Huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that trial. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to Italy because they believed it wasn't truly solved. Who else is like that? Officer Marshall. Yes, his action came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's completely changed. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against the Dart. Well, no, she was okay with that. What she wasn't okay with was the falsification of evidence. Which, makes sense, and like probably a good quality to have. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Great line, because we do actually see the effects of that. Edworth is still dealing with every single issue from his other cases. Maya is still dealing with the fact that her sister died. We lost our mentor. And, that's a good thing. I'm gonna make that line a picture. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case might not just be over yet. Huh? Emma was assaulted by Dart at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon, Dan, and I shared. The office that Dan now occupied by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we can have a look at the chief's office. the site of the final SL9 murder. Okay, I think that's pretty obvious where we should head now. Where would it be? Oh, I guess it would be here. February 24, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. I don't see any Detective Dumshoe anywhere. They seem to try it. They seem kind of try it around here today. Yes, you're right. The chief of detectives seems the same, though. Why don't we look for other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Wait, what? But also, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the reason he looked the same is because, like, he's a flat image that can't move. Where else can we go then? Well, the police department, I guess. February 24, police department entrance. How did Ben be that? Oh! Mr. Marshall. I never thought they'd turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Pleasure. You never know what I will eat ya, eh, Bebina? I should have known my yacht ran out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? A tactic, probably. Must be his pet tactic. Say, no, wait. Say, where are you heading? Get over to the prosecutor's office for a little intimidation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we don't know what will become of that. Sure, but you can't go into the evidence room today, partner. But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why the prospectors had rest? Why the prospectors had rest? If there were ever a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? You guys won't be getting a sedate lunch today. Yeah, talk, cowboy boy. Also, I'm pretty sure, now that I hear it, I'm probably not even doing a good accent. Something was fishy about that trial from the very beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean this flint-blade knife with the broken tip? That was no Darko, right? But in the initial autopsy report, a collection was made. Where the other half of the knife? A collection? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. So there might have been a different murder weapon. What does that mean? It means that there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility has been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? Yeah, probably. Yana admits to it. That takes up behind cigars on all of us. The cigars that the SL9 incident left behind. Cigars! There was something going on behind the scenes of that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Me, Miss Cigar was fired, and I was demoted and locked away in that tiny old room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioner would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset there, Bina. I mean, Detective Dan. Ayana should die. The investigation lead, Damon Dan, and his second in command. And his second in command. And his second in command, Yana should die. There was a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Yana was transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, David did. The new chief of police arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since. Huh? Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Dan was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, I must say something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret too well guarded. I never found out. Yama's secret. It all started 2 years ago. Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I have yet made detective when it all went down. It was our first case together. How old was she? Your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that day. The highest honor? You mean taking the prosecutors? I thought you hated prosecutors, but your brother was one? That kind of a contradiction. But yeah, I bet you hate prosecutors because of, the falsified evidence. Hey, look, there's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's name is listed a bunch of times. Von Parma. I think he must be a foreigner. Oh yeah, that's probably it. Well, whatever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Von Parma someday. When she says it, his name does have a ring to it. Hey, you know what that means, right? Give me a minute. That means that, Neil Marshall was such a good prosecutor that he was able to beat Von Tarma one time. Because, think about it. Von Tarma was a perfectionist. The fact that, Neil Marshall was able to overcome and beat him at least one time is, incredible. Because, Von Tarma had been a prosecutor for, 40 years? And, Neil Marshall was able to beat him at least once. I knew it. What are you looking at me for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I couldn't believe 2 years had already gone by. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Dimon was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What happened to the evidence? Where did it go? So there you have it. Like my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly an Indiana name. The one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edward isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to that guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Dant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Wait, what? Wait, what? The id came off. Wait, but I never saw you do that before. Did that mean this whole time? You're telling me this whole time that the id was never, like, taken off? So you haven't been deleting anything. Too bad I won't be allowed to work with you. When you finally become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Bambina. Wow, that was a dramatic end for him. But where can we go now? Can we go to criminal affairs now? Oh, here we go. February 24, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. The place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're younger than the others, they're all in the conflict room. Thanks. Wow, she actually talked to us. She not just a cardboard cutout in the background. With chief prosecutor saying what he did, and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edward. Not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going here than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is usually the word for those. Not really, like, chaotic. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Dant's office. They use the connected hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? Emma, why did you tell him that? He might not let us in now. I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Emma, are you trying to fuss us over? Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Emma, Phoenix better be upset. Now I see where Detective W takes his unique charm. He takes it from his boss and makes it dumber. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to Chief's office. What, we're just going there anyway? Even though he told us we can't go in here? Oh my god! Is that what is that, an organ piano? What the heck? February 24, Police Department Chief's office. God damn. Oh wow. Whoa, where am I? In Chief's office, silly. I mean, that was, it says on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, right? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. Are you sure you're not talking about piano lessons? They used to call me Little Miss Bot. Bot. I thought I was a genius until they tried to teach me notes. Wow. I never could remember where she was. Huh? Oh my god! Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you too. She's there. She pulled that paper she put that paper she was reading in her desk. So, I know. Have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I had my hand full too with Mr. Marshall misconduct. And on a provocative statement. Provocative statement. Oh, you mean about the Ford evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? Ooh. That's a picture of that's a picture of Yana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. That's when he got the award. We took it to commemorate our work. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Nice. That's okay. Oh, you're doing that thing where you don't talk. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm not locked up here, so let's go out together. Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? Oh, that case of yours since been over. No need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Shit. I guess we can't go in there anymore. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over yet. After all. What do you mean? Chief Dan denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be some reason he doesn't want us around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. But how? And what? Where to go from here? Oh, February 24, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. No one's here today. Not even Miss Shadar. I'm sorry, the Shadai and Shadar names are confusing me because they both start with an S. Everyone probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway on our case. But instead, it looked like we ended up making Yana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Yana. I'm gonna find all the answers by tomorrow. I think we searched this place top to bottom, right? I don't think new evidence is just gonna materialize because it's a new game. Nothing? Okay. Well, I've been here. Why did I go back here? Ah, I got to move. Oh wait, I can show you the picture I got. How do I do that? X. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside of court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved. She really means it. Yeah, nah. You're making your sister sad. I usually react to some of the evidence. I mean, I don't give it a result on any of this. Well, I don't need to look at it, I just need to, like, present it. Okay, yeah, no. Nothing, really. Well, what about the photo? Do you react to it? No, really, wow. You don't give a shit about any of this. I guess we just move then. Nothing to talk about either. Where should we go? Oh, here we go. February 24. Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, pal. Detective W. Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Shit! You're a servant now? You just give people their orders? Man, you're not even a real homicide detective anymore. Sounds like Detective Dumpster's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edward? Edward? No? Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle you two have in court. That sounds pretty serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. She never really said what it was, though. Now, Mr. Edward had the whole world out for his blood. Yikes. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, not like Edward is an innocent victim. He prosecuted innocent people to the extreme. But why would Edward be blamed? And not like he knew the evidence was forged. Well, yeah, but like, and not like anybody has evidence that he didn't know. Liana Shadai, the guilty party here, isn't she? Sorry, Emma, but it's true. Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but you know there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edward. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? Hey, I hated him, Emma. And it's not really my fault. He was kind of an asshole. I don't know how he would have treated you, but yeah, if you were a defendant, he would have fucked you over. In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edward not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know for making enemies. Talent and youth. That's actually a pretty wise sentence, Gumshoe. Right, you have some hidden wisdom, don't ya? Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work. Yeah, sure. You go off without some time, my treat. Yeah, sure. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yeah, sure. It seems that you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm here for my to shit it out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edwards just might slap. He had PTSD. Re-energy made him relive a traumatic memory yesterday time. I don't think this is gonna clap him open. Actually, I took the look at the file while the coffee was brewing. He seemed genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Yeah, we already know that, Phoenix. He loves Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? The only evidence Dart left behind was during his final attack. His final attack, you mean? When he killed Officer Marshall, who was trying to protect some jail. Me. It seemed Detective W never realized Emma was in the jail. Should we tell him or not? Then when he left behind the most intimidating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. It was, oh, I forgot. It's all written here somewhere. His power of recollection never fails to impress. Okay, yeah. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Okay, yeah, but let's do this first. Actually, no, let's show him the evidence. About this. Hey, is that? It had a tag on it with the label SL9. I believe this would be the bloated murder weapon you were beating of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that tape was thrown, that knife been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Dimon was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Edward's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Click before you forget again. This knife, it was Joe Dart's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced back to the store he bought it. Plus, it had a fingerprint on it, too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? Like when he ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, what, it has blood on it? You'll see it's bloated. That's even easier to see than the blood. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Even a baby would notice it. Yeah, well, anyway. Take the desk where the broken tip of the knife was found. In the body? That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dart's knife? You bet. Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Yeah, but some part of the evidence must have been forged, must have been falsified. Neil's autopsy report: stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and yawn. A knife tip was found in the wound. Added to the court record. Split blade knife. The broken tip was found in the victim's body. Belonged to murderer Joe Dart. Updated in the court record. Okay, so let's finally hear about what Joe Dart did. Besides just murder. What kind of murder? Joe Dart was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes! But that transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a kid walked by, so he killed him too, just when he was burying the body. A John and him upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. He seems like a pretty curious animal. Like most animals. Of course, this is all conjecture. There was a single shred of evidence. That's pretty incredible. Like, imagine killing somebody with your car, burying the body or whatever. Somebody comes upon you, and then you have to kill them too. And like, there keeps popping up witnesses. And there isn't a single shred of evidence. That's incredible. Like, that is that literally an immaculate murderer. So he turned himself in? Yes, but in the middle of questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Dart was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness was Emma. Yeah. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Dan. I hear he's giving out $50 to anyone who asks. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? Is where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. I mean, Emma, the chief said it wasn't okay, so... No, it isn't okay. Well, any detective's ID card can open the door. Really? That seems kind of curious. Wait, really? But if I get a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Nobody trusts you. Simply put, I'll be tanned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was good. Yeah, wait, I forgot about that. It might work. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Fuck. I really thought that would work too when Emma blotted it up. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. Well, actually, his card is what we need. So all we really have to do is, like, distract him and take the card from him. I wonder if there's something we can show him that would make him change his mind. I don't know what that would even be. We don't even have any evidence, really, for him. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we actually don't have the evidence we need yet. No, I'm gonna try a couple pieces. What would he care about? The blue badger. This guy almost made a huge mistake today. What are you talking about? He was done in the blood game on the evidence yacht with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. He's a hero that I made. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. Give me a minute, Dad. Give me a minute. Hello, everybody. We are back. Sorry, I just got a bit of an interruption. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. Yeah, I don't know what you and Emma were talking about. The Blue Badger literally saved the day. Okay, let me show you guys. Where is it? Okay, this one. Look at this. The only reason we were able to survive another day is because of that blood stain. Yeah, so this blood stain. Now, before, this blue badger, it wasn't there in the picture. But by proving that it was there, we were able to get another day because we were like, oh, if the blood stain is over the blue badger, then that means that the blood stain had to be there before the blue badger was there. And we were able to show that, oh hey, the blue badger was put in the room at this time. So that blood stain had to be added before that. And that's the only reason we were able to make it another day. So yeah, what are you guys talking about? The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. Give me a minute. Okay. I don't really know what else to show him. Okay, so yeah, maybe I need to move somewhere else. But where? Oh wait, what? Why here? February 24, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I wonder if Edward is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing in here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around, which is another allegation to me. Cheer up, Mr. Edwards. I'm rooting for you. That's Edwards for you. He's a whiny old bitch. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all the time. I don't have all day. Well, yeah, talk about foreign evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do to erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? And not like all the other times you did it. I mean, that evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office shares a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we should stand to use everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have. Okay, kind of a rough system, but I get it. Mr. Edwards, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edwards can't keep the kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? Huh. First, Yashi's trial, now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. What is that look he's giving me? What emotion is he trying to convey to me right now? To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edwards, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What is that? What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice this long. So wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, number 7. 7. Or 8. Because I don't know if this top one is a piece of evidence or not. Okay, but yeah, no, 7 or 8. It's only half as long as most lists. That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Guilty, 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 guilty. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Should we show him the picture? This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Dan's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looked like this was taken when he received. Looked like this was taken when he received the Team of Prosecutors trophy. speaking of that, there's something that bothering me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding is a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us, like with children at bedtime? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what this award is based on. Contradiction. This award originates from an ancient Japanese. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd. The second means shield. Have you heard this story? Oh my god, I think I do. I think I heard it in like a Game Theory video. A Game Theory video where okay, so the halberd is a weapon that can break any shield. Well, the shield could never be broken by any weapon. Of course, they contradict each other in concept, so functionally, they both can't work. Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd. He claimed to slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed to withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of those items discredit both of them. When the team pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction is born. So, like, is that actually how the word was formed? I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize? Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items, both broken because of the inaccuracy. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edward. I learned something new today. That was actually, like, pretty educational, like, because I know that story is real, so, like, that was actually a pretty fun way to teach kids something. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? Maybe it's because you need to protect yourself from all the negative rumors, like a shield. I don't know. You'll have to ask Chief Dan. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the shield. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Dan. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Dan's behest. giving it its current form, updated in the court record. Okay, but tell me about the day of the but yeah, also, I think it's kind of funny, right? Like, because whenever we're in court, I'm the one who has to contradict him. So yeah, it's kind of like, what are you talking about, man? My job as a defense attorney is to point out contradictions. Yeah, how many times have you pointed out contradictions? I mean, you started doing it, but before that, you were perfectly okay allowing contradictions to exist. Can you tell us again what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? To get your big trophy. I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend this one. Until you were awarded this. Those receiving awards can't exactly dip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. The AI 16 case. Oh yeah, Chief Dan asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? It seems like she is pulling your strings. Right. Mr. Edwards has such a comfy couch. Something like this made me want to trail up and take a nap. I bet he pours his taste file. I bet he pours over his taste files here until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeve, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edward's working. Actually, she's daydreaming about him sleeping, which is even weirder. I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheeks from the seams. What, of his arms? He's some tool. Sofa hair and tool now? I need to sleep on my sofa more. A work desk is quite tiny as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use, easy on the eyes. It polished so high I can see my own reflection. What do you mean polished so high? Wouldn't you just say so well? Why high? Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe there? Maybe I'll take the nameplate as a souvenir. Don't, she'll sue you. What is this? I wonder what she was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. You gotta take a look. Are you crazy? Mr. Edwards is sitting right there. Just dedraft him. I'll check it out. Hey Edward. Is that Detective W on the window? Out there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl is doing crawling around my feet. She's even yawned. Shit. What? Letter of resignation? Retirement? What is it? If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Resignation, Edward? You don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel like if something inside me had died. Like my father, who died in an elevator. But, Mr. Edward, none of it is your fault. This time. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked has been a just one. Because of all those people I found guilty, right? With not good evidence. I couldn't forgive myself for what I've done. All those times. And no one else should forgive me either. Oh no. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. What can he do? This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for something. What, to get him fired? Letter of resignation. Edwards discarded letter of resignation. He's serious. Put into pocket. Okay, so what can I use it for though? They say when there's smoke, there's fire. Oh shit! They say when there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently, I was so caught up in the smoke, I lost sight of the truth. Edward. You were right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. Because of all the times I forged evidence unrelated to the SL9 incident. But Mr. Edward, you were only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can and cannot do. Like that time, I told that witness to not talk about something. Or that time, I decided to wait until the day of the trial to tell Wright that I updated the autopsy report. That hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to... Okay. Well, how can I use it? Oh. February 24. Prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. Excuse me. Oh my god, Angel Cigar. As beautiful as ever. Would either you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Cigar! I guess she's out of lunches. You sure that you are the curious sort, aren't you? Time to be the first person who shuts on town nipple to this stubborn melt. I'm pretty sure the reason we know that cows have milk is because humans have milk. What we really should be wondering is how did the first human shut her mom's titties to that milk? Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that tape from 2 years ago. Everyone in the trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. They can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know that your scene I happened to witness. The instant Yana stabbed Detective Dimon with a knife. No matter how much you did in the past, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Sadar's hatred towards Yana, it all dates back to 2 years ago. Talk about it. Testify, baby, testify. Joe Dart. That's a name I'll not soon forget. When we trailed him for half a year, oh, the pleasure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean, until you faced Blubber's death? They were close, though, too. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessive. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Yana should die. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Yana and Chief Dan. Okay, so let's talk about the legendary duo. Damon Dan and Yana should die. Dan led the investigation with Yana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Dan's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean falsified evidence? Forged evidence? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared to confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Yana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything twisted, and always walked out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake ever would have recovered from his shock. That what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Shadar. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did you have to turn so cold after that? Well, you see about what happened after the tape showed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dart got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious that the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. Really? But you don't have proof that anything illegal was done. Well, actually, she is a detective, right? If her team could testify that they never found a piece of evidence, then technically it is illegal, and that would be kind of proof. I'm proof enough of what happened. Yeah, you got fired. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without so much as an explanation. Then, Yana transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Yana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Yana Shadai was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. Wow, so you hate a pawn? She was being used? Being used. Yana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Dan's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position to Chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Yana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office, manipulating them like puppets on a screen. That must have been his real goal all along. But how could he control Yana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude that there must have been a reason for her to change. Yeah, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, Ruthie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Wow. Is this the last time that I talk to you? Where can we even go at this point? What are we even supposed to do? It works? But why? February 24th. Police Department, Criminal Affairs Department. I'm sorry, I'm a poor reader sometimes. It takes my brain a second. Oh, you're back. Man, you've been gone for a while. Where have you been? Talking to people the whole time? You're still here? I've got to make 150 copies of these files. Bluey coffee files. I'm turning out to be a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means death jockey. I did not know that was a word. I'm gonna look that up. Death jockey. Oh, that DJ. I'm glad to admire your persistence, but my answer is still no. Huh? I'm not letting you inside the chief's office. Period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene of the SL9 incident. I have to take a look inside there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Well, you said we needed to give him evidence, right? No? Probably. Oh, wait. Hey, that's it! That's the Tina Prosecuting Award that Mr. Edwards got the other day. Were you the... Okay, I think I've heard all this before. Say, this design's based on an ancient Chinese proverb, right? Oh yeah, everyone knows that. There was this, dragon. Yeah, that's it, a dragon. He had this thing of a shield, see? That's not the version we heard. No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of dory after that. I'll spare you the details. W. It is not a crime to admit you don't know something. I'm pretty sure you would actually be interested in the story if I told you it. Okay, I heard that too. We did that one. That one didn't do any... Okay, wait, no, wait, I can do this. Oh wait, I got it! Yet resignation. If there's anything Dumshoe cares more about, it's Edgeworth. You do this. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is she ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edwards really feels responsible. When I finished meeting him, I thought he was as tall as ice too. But I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. Does he? But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't get you off the hook with another false item report. Yes, at me. It's no secret that I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm a friend with Mr. Edward. Depending on how this case turns out, I might already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edward's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Dumshoe's ID tucked 50 in the pocket. Okay. Oh wait, we should... No? Oh wait, we should go to the office now. I forgot. February 24th. Police Department Chief's Office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. It opened. I hope. Yeah, it opened. So, what part is his office? We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Dumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you two to bail me out. Wait, why are you here? Eat! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you did slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Dumshoe! What are you doing, sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't anything. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came here too. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID? You could have just opened it for us. What the hell? His ID! Gumshoe's ID trust and rendered unusable in pocket. Phoenix! You could have handed the man his ID back. Hey! Don't do that to my card! Gumshoe, he already did it. You can't really do anything now. Well, we just ruined his card. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? I mean, to be fair, he's basically being a disc jockey show. And not like he's really a detective anymore. Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. My spider sense is tingling. Can I slide? Oh. Look at that giant window. Make you want to slash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. You would die. I know, I was just saying it looks cool. Saying what? That it looks cool? Ever since making detective, I've only dreamed about doing something like that. Dying in a really cool and dramatic way. Note to self, Detective W has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that! It's like you want him to be fired. Do you? Do you want that? Oh, here we go. This was Yana's desk. It sure is tidy. Yana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There might even be dust on it. Look, someone's still keeping it clean. Did Yana ever come back here? No. Chief Dad must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does she keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? It could be both. These shelves are mostly empty. Yana must have cleared them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Yana and I went to that Shadeen park. She left it. Why is she so mean to me now? Nothing? Really? Okay, let's do the picture. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dart ran out of the collecting room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a photo. Here. Then went along with Chief Dan to question the Dart. I bet he never knows he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? You don't have to be so mean about it. He's just being philosophical. You're than the organ. Chief Dan's organ is a sight to behold. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the second floor, and then the 15th floor of an entirely different building that are literally drives away from each other. When the detectives screws up, the chief calls them up into this office and makes them listen to the organ for hours on end. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ear. So it's an instrument of punishment. Literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listened to anyone anyway. Oh, see, that's hilarious, right? The fact that maybe Chief Dan is actually deaf, and that's the reason why he doesn't listen to anybody, that's hilarious. That's besides the point. No, I think that is the point. Now, what else do we have? A window? You can see plenty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor here. At first, the chief wanted to use sedan glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Sedan glass or not, it's a huge window. Okay, you're talking about the armor you said, Emma. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure, pal. The chief doesn't care about imitations. First the pipe organ, and now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Some of them do go to good causes, Emma. You have to pay them. You don't have any taxes to pay. Be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't know if he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how shitty that guy could be. What are you talking about? He shitty that people talk to you. I know how shitty he can be. Okay, here's your death. Wow, you're the sign of Chief Dan's death. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Chief Dan. He put that piece of paper he was reading He put that piece of paper he was reading in his death. I wonder what he was reading. Look like I get some evidence. In most cases, they just run twice a yawn. Okay, so are you saying that this is the other list we have in the other half of it, and that both lists come together to make the complete list of evidence? Hey, look at the case name. SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, Detective W. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence, yes. Normally the slash a yawn. That's right. I guess there was a lot of evidence. A half-signed list of evidence. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice a yawn. What would the other half of the day be doing here? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about the taste. It would appear so. Evidence yet added to the court record. List of evidence from the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I got. Wait, don't we have the other half? Oh, I guess we don't have the other half. Wow, you're the excited foundation on the door is a list of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edward had the other half of that yet. What would this list be doing here? We better look a bit more closely at this list. Oh wait, we can look at it. I forgot about that mechanism. Check. What the hell? What is this? I wonder what this is. It looks like somebody drew some kind of sedat here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep trying about it for now. Why? Why would you keep trying about this? It might be important. Wait a minute. Let me do something. Okay. Oh my god! This was a recreation of the murder. Wait, Emma, didn't you say you drew a picture or something? Is this the picture you were talking about? Uh-huh. Oh, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget this picture. What's on the back? Or the front? Nothing. There's nothing here. Okay, I guess we can look around more. Is this a safe? This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue, mystery. Okay. If you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered into this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I just might know what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could it be an ID card number? Okay, let's think about this logic. Yeah. This is Chief Dant's office, right? So why would it be Edgeworth, Meetings, Goodman, or Meetings again? The only number here we don't know is 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. How about we enter it? Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday. It's... Wow, we didn't even get to his birthday. I have a better idea. She's doing nothing. Yeah! Hold him first. Access granted. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 7, 7, 7. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. the final ID card on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day? You mean 77777? That ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. They can only mean one thing. That's Chief Dan's ID card number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yeah, check it out. Is there any money in there? How much does she have stacked away anyway? Look, it's a shard of a broken top. This isn't gonna make me money. I'm poor as shit, and I'm gonna be fired. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. A piece of cloth. What's this? It looks like a piece of yellow cloth with a handprint on it. What does it mean? There's a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think Chief Dan made up the design? No. I'm pretty sure he probably didn't. Maybe he has one, but he didn't make it. I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a dot. Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from the top. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with the taste, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it might mess on the line this time. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them? That's dumb. You're already gonna get fired, even if they're relevant. You did this illegally. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Okay, well, I think it's pretty obvious. Okay, so, here's the deal. We found this piece of a jar, and it was at the crime scene. So anything related to the jar should be relevant. And now wait, where is it? Where is it? Do we not have it? Oh, I have to prove it to you, don't I? Okay, give me a minute. Oh, wait, there are new... oh, well. Now I have to do these. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that was where I was waiting for Yana. On that day, 2 years ago. Is there anyone using it now? No, sir. It is entirely Chief Dan's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. Another reason is that he doesn't want to forget his partner. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. Well, that's an even weirder reason to do it. He told me so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So, ever since Yana left, nobody touches that desk? No one except Chief Dan and the cleaning lady who's here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Well, we just found one. I guess I was supposed to look at these earlier. Can I ask you something? Sure. You guys only came here to look around, right? because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think. Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind, don't worry about it. Okay, now let you look around a bit more. Ah! Hey, hold it. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you, don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. And that's why I said, don't worry about it. So you would. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you, man? You two don't think Chief Dan might be a suspect, do you? Oh my god. Oh my god. I never even thought about that. I mean, the everything in his room, how creepy he is sometimes, how he's an executive officer, and how he seems connected to both this case and the last case. I could never have even imagined that. Detective W, you deserve an award. What? She's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? She's dead. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignore me again, like I'm some sort of idiot. Can I present to you the jar piece now, or? Oh, X. Detective W, so you have another look at this jar. I remember when the three of us put that back together. Those were the days. It was literally yesterday. It's kind of early to be nostalgic about it, buddy. Buddy old pal. Wasn't that jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards has an SL9 sticker on it. What piece? I don't see it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found. You mean this one? The one that was in the safe? The safe one? The one that was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see the shard. I'll take the clap at it. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a real rookie can do. Yeah, Mr. Wright, here's some glue. Why do you guys just have glue? If I could piece it together again, it will prove Chief Dale was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. What, you're just gonna like... You mean move it around a bit? What way do you go? No? Yeah! Can I move it? There! It hit like a charm! That of course means Chief Dale willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe, proving that he's a criminal mastermind. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece of the jar you just attacked. It's different from the others. Oh, it had more blood. There's a reddish line here. A reddish line? You mean blood? It's all blood, honey. That's blood! I don't get it. Why would Chief Dan hide this in his safe? Because it helps him somehow? Because he wanted to win. Because he wanted to win the SL9 case, and to do that, he made fake evidence. And he did it so he could control Yana to become I don't know, the king of slime. Slime affairs. I don't know. Unstable jar. Evidence from the SL9 incident. Final fragment found in Chief Dan's safe. Blood traces. Added to the court record. Nothing? Really? Can we move on then, or what? Oh, I need to present to you something? Like, what, this? I feel a lot better now that this jar is complete. Yeah, it's kind of like getting the highest door in the video game. But it only raises another question. What was a piece of it going in the chief's safe? More importantly, why wasn't there any money in there? I need money, even if I have to rob people. Isn't that what safes are for anyway? Well, technically, safes are valuable. Like, sentimental items too, like, valuable isn't just monetary. I have a feeling that the outcome of tomorrow's trial might just hinge on this. Okay, what else? This? That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when we first came in here? Yeah, it looks like the right side of the form's been torn off. So Mr. Edwards, yes, was really half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me about that. Take a look at the back of this form, pal. The back? Well, no, I know. I saw it. You didn't have to show me, I know. I wonder what this is. You look like someone doing some kind of cadet here. I did it! Are you not gonna talk to me anymore? I'm gonna present. Okay, well that's all that does? Okay, I didn't have to present more evidence then. Maybe this? No, really? Is there something we need to look at now? Wait, where's the handprint? We don't have the handprint. Did we not get that as a piece of evidence? We kind of need that. That's it? The rubber glove? If I'm fired up, I won't be able to give you any information, so that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, detective. We do want you to share your information, though. Well, who am I fooling? I never had anything useful to begin with. Got to stay positive. Oh, I'm supposed to fingerprint something, okay. What do I fingerprint? X? Detective W, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints. That's a great idea, Detective. I wonder if we could have used this on the safe to figure out what the numbers were. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you spitting your hands out like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. That's not how it works. We don't have the pad. Like, to get fingerprints, you have to have the black ink pad. All we have is like the powder. The powder, yet you see fingerprints. The pad, yet you take fingerprints. We don't have the right one. It's not your fingerprint we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time of jokes. We're talking about the clock we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? I've been joking, obviously. Okay, Mr. Wright. Yet, just replace. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told 1,000,000 times. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's do this one. It seems good for a print analysis. Okay, I just need to keep hitting this button while I move this around here. Can I blow now? Almost, okay. Okay, so you really need to like, get around the fingerprint. I really do like how the fingerprint looked in the game. Yeah, we found it. Okay, let's do it. They're not his. Really, they aren't his. Not him. No. 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 Wait. Close, but no. No. Oh, hey, we have a match. Wait, Emma? What the heck? Wait, what? No, this is inaccurate. That was everybody, but it's her. Oh my god. No! How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found the map. Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. We can't figure it out. They aren't clear enough to that match. Oh. That's too bad. I thought they were dark prints. Psst, hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's fingerprints doing inside the... What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside Chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth found in Chief Dan's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Shadai's prints. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, you're saying that if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You in the tote? She's there! We didn't think you to be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out at the window and saw a stray dog running right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the tote. Me, sir? Drop off your ID card on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir... Damn. Now, get out. See, that look in his eyes is terrifying. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait! You, the one without the spiky hair. Emma? Don't go yet. Me, sir? I just have a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You, with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright. Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief office is off limits. But no, you just had to go in and sneak about like you did, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. I know you don't mean that. We found clinical evidence that can find the truth. And that's the most important thing to a detective. Now that I've seen the evidence, Chief Dale was hiding in his... Now that I've seen the evidence that Chief Dale was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. The big picture. The massive picture. The dick picture. But why has he kept eerily silent about it this whole time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'd be busy for the rest of the day. February 24, Detention Center, Visitors Room. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow is the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I will let tell you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia died. I said Mia died. Mia did a rather good job. Mia did a rather good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Huh? You're jealous? It seems Edward was right. Edward? Why are you blaming up people? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Pig-headed is the term he used, I believe. Okay, not the word I would use. I would use persistent, indomitable. indomitable. Now my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted that you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence, except for the lunchbox. Except for this picture, which was very, very intimidating. That would have hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so, because you're a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you into science. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, may I ask, is this person... Okay, for argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is the person you are speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Well, now I really want to do Emma. The person whom you fear is this. To be honest, there's someone a bit scarier. Who would that be? Why, you, of course. Me? Yes, you seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. Okay, that's funny. That's actually pretty funny. You seem to have the making of a criminal in you, with all your fallacious accusations. Care to spend tonight in the cell next to mine? If you ask me, you're the scary one, with your words of temper. I really wish there was custom dialogue for every character, or at least the important characters, right? You don't have to have one with Goodman. You don't have to have one for meetings, or for Detective W, but you can at least give, like, the relevant characters, like, new dialogue. But yeah, I get why they didn't do that, because I know that this was made in the old days, where, like, they really had to figure out how much data they could use on a cartridge. So I understand why there isn't a lot of bonus dialogue. I get that. Well, Miss Shaddai. Oh, Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I think that she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Damon Dan. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crime? His crimes? Both you and Edward were brought before a board of inquiry because of what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, those are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Dan's name was never mentioned? Chief Dan. Edward did not know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could possibly have tampered with evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of the investigation. Yes, you are, but also one other, Damon Dan. If you intend to achieve the, if you intend to achieve the, if you intend to achieve the chief prosecutor, you'll need more than words. Show me proof that Chief Dan falsified evidence in the case. This one? Take that! I just found this in a safe at the chief's office. This jar piece and this cloth piece. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Dan himself. Now tell me, why are you taking the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright. It is as you survived. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty of murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. So, you may have stabbed him, but stabbing somebody and killing somebody are 2 different things. I may be able to get you off with a lesser sentence if you didn't kill him. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details. I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edwards' car. So it was taken from the detective. It was taken from the police department to the detective. Oh my god, I cannot think today. So it was taken from the detective's office to the prosecutor's office by using Miles Edwards' car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edward's car. The trunk yacht was broken, and I discovered the murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Mr. Edward's knife? No. What? When I found the body, this wasn't... That explained why it was in the muffler. You saw the knife, you didn't like the knife, you took off your muffler, wrapped it up, and put it in the muffler of the car. When I found this body, the knife was stuck in it. The SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dart's knife. I couldn't use that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. So you were technically telling the truth. Technically. Which is the best kind of technically. That would be Edward's knife. That's right. Even though his hands were shaking. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. Is that why you cut yourself? That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Shadar, huh? Why do you need to hide Dart's knife so badly? Dart's knife. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dart case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't want it to ever be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means necessary. So, you hid Dart's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evident in the Joe Dart case. If word got out, which it would, the reporter would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your cigar and hid it in Edward's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I told my sister. Why? To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was in my muffler. Really? You wouldn't let your sister get involved? You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Yana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Dan, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you tell him? Okay, this is new information. Tell me more, Yana. The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only person I could trust. Or at least I started to trust him at the time. However, it seems after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. Wait, did he know about what happened then? He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to place it in the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubt he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. Wow. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Yana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Yana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in Chief's office 2 years ago. Ooh, my arm. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna end the episode here. It seems like we are ready for the next episode in 1 week. So I would get ready for that in 1 week. But yeah. Okay, so we obviously know who did it by now. And to be honest, I kinda knew for a while. Not when I first met him, but he always had a kind of vibe to him. Okay, so we learned that Yana was a detective. That her and Chief Dan were a duo. We learned that Chief Dan has hidden evidence. And that Yana did actually stab Goodman. What will we learn next time on Ace Attorney? Ace Attorney rise from the ashes. Bye!